everyone, my name is Maggie Gomez and welcome to day 4 of our 5-day series on conquering your debt situation so you can live a life you love. Today we're going to talk about, can debt be your friend? It can, and here's why. Debt can empower us to buy things, experiences, and help in situations that drastically improve our quality of life almost instantly. This, of course, comes with a price. So you, as a responsible person, have to assess, is the cost worth the benefit? And that's just where some homework comes in. Debt can be our friend when we're using it as leverage. When we're using someone else's money to make ourselves money, then we can accumulate wealth much more rapidly than if we were just using our own money altogether. Take home buying, for example. You can put a small down payment on a home and then sell it later at a profit. So in my example, I bought a home for $104,000, but I put $6,000 down. 5 years later, I was able to sell it for $165,000. I never would have thought to do that, but I luckily had some guidance and some persuasion to, hey, do this. This is the right situation for you. And I listened. Take advice from people that you know and trust. And if taking out a little bit of debt, well, that's actually a lot of debt. It was $100,000 of debt. It worked, right? It paid off in my situation. Some people have the opposite example, depending on when you buy. So the time frame of buying and know what you're getting yourself into. Education also costs money. That if you don't have the money and that's hindering you from furthering your education and getting a better job, you might never make the income that you want to make. So sometimes it is beneficial to borrow some money to further your education and gain more expertise and more knowledge in a certain area that can pay off for you in the long run. Again, do some research, make sure you are going to be employable in the field that you're studying. Don't be afraid to take out a student loan. Also, take advantage of free financial aid. If you have to take out some debt, just do it and get a better job so you can better your life. Another time debt can be your friend is when you're potentially using a 0% card. Now, this can be risky, of course, because you want to be aware of when that 0% is up. Usually there's an expiration to it. So, and then also think of what you're buying with that and what you're doing with your money in the meantime. But if it's the right time and place and there's something specific that you're using that for, so while your money's working for you in other ways, then don't be afraid to do it. Again, it just all comes down to your own feelings behind it and your comfort level in getting into some debt, because not everyone likes to have debt. Well, most people hate it, and it's probably because most people have really high interest rates. Take it with a grain of salt, of course, and do what's right for you, but I did want to just talk a bit about how debt could possibly be beneficial if you're using it wisely to further your own situation and not make your situation worse. Be careful with it. Remember that it's not necessarily always bad. Like any good CFO would do, they would manage their own balance sheet to make sure they have a good amount of debt and leverage, income, outflows, and they would be really responsible with that for the company. So take that same mentality and use it in your own life. I will link to a book that I read on this. It's called The Value of Debt. And that just opened my eyes to a new perspective, a new way of thinking about debt. You know, just do what's right for you. If you hate debt, then do not get in it and get out of it as soon as you can. But if you feel like the time is right and you could use it to your advantage, then don't be afraid to do that smartly. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about student loans. So tune in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.